What's up guys, it's mr.Sentry here, back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be doing what if Deku was a succubus? Slash succubi, I have no idea. You have succubus for woman, succubi for man, but what if Deku was a succubi? So we start off our video with Deku falling from the sky. Obviously Deku is going to be a fallen angel because he has to become a demon. And from what I know about Christianity, demons are fallen angels, I don't know. So when Deku fell from the sky, basically, he felt like a bolt of lightning. When he landed, everyone saw this mysterious crater. But when the police surrounded the place and the heroes went in to investigate, all they saw was a young boy, a young child. They didn't know what to do with this child, so the government decided to take him in. It was a child, light-skinned and with an upside-down cross on his belly and black arms, and with a tail. The government had a long meeting on what to do with this child, but in the end, all of the heroes decided that they would take turns being the top 10 heroes at the time. All Might, Endeavor, and a couple of other heroes, but we're only going to be focusing on All Might and Endeavor. First of all, when Deku first landed, someone had a glimpse of this baby. Let's just say it's not a particularly good person. This person being All For One. All For One was immediately struck with the mesmerizing view, the mesmerizing beauty of this baby. At that moment, All For One realized something. He had to have this baby. This baby looked too majestic, too angelic for him to let the government have it. So we'll just keep that in mind that it's going to be an upcoming conflict in our story. All Might eventually got this baby but was given a warning by the government telling them that this baby was extremely seductive and not to fall for its tricks. They don't know what this baby's quirk is. They try to test it but no one figured it out. His horns and tail that is shaped like a heart is a complete mystery. All Might named this kid an appropriate name. He named him Sunlight or the Morning Star, so he basically gave him the nickname Lucifer. But just for the story's sake, I'm going to call him Deku. When All Might first got the kid, he didn't know what to really do with him, so he started to buy clothes and buy a crib for the kid and basically gave him formula like a dad would. All Might took care of the kid for 1 month before he handed it over to Endeavor. When Endeavor got the kid, he saw great potential in this unknown child. He didn't know what his quirk was, but he could see it in his eyes, a spark like he saw in his rival one time, a long time ago. He basically put this kid with Shoto Todoroki. Shoto, seeing this kid, came up to him and touched him in his face because they're babies, they cannot talk yet. At that point, Deku then looked at Shoto and rubbed his chin. Even as a baby, Deku was very seductive. So by rubbing Shoto's chin, Shoto, how should I put it, became extremely protective of Deku even though they were just kids. When Endeavor came to feed Deku, Shoto would go in front of Deku and bite Endeavor, try to claw him, and basically defend Deku. Let's go into a 3-year time skip because there isn't much to explore back then when Deku is smaller. It's 3 years now when they're testing for quirks. Shoto's quirk was tested and Endeavor realized that he got the ultimate kid. And meanwhile, All Might and Endeavor was there at the same time testing Deku. Endeavor was very contemplative. He didn't know what to do. He had his prodigy already, but he was giving another chance to see this miracle child that fell from the sky. And basically, in the 3 years that Deku fell from the sky, everyone was basically saying this kid was a gift from God. This hadn't happened since like the ancient times when quirks were just showing up. When Deku's quirk was tested, the quirk doctor basically walked out saying, I don't really know how to tell you this, Endeavor. Oh my, um, this kid is really dangerous. I advise you to get a quirk limiter on him or something because if he is left unchecked with so much power, he could basically, how should I put it, enslave the world. All Might and Endeavor basically ask at the same time, what do you mean by enslave the world? All Might looking at Endeavor, Endeavor looking at All Might, the quirk doctor looking at both of them. His quirk is basically ultimate seductiveness. Just by looking at him, if he even touches you or acknowledges you in his general sight, you will basically be unable, or should I put it, you cannot control yourself anymore. You basically just become a slave for this kid. I advise you to take Lucifer here. And I realize that you didn't give him a last name. They really don't know what last name to give this child because he fell from the sky. He belongs to the government. The top 10 heroes are raising him. So his last name is left blank for now. All Might then reported this news to the government, telling them what power that Lucifer had, what he could do to the world if he's left unchecked. Because of that, the world government then started to put Deku on limiters. They gave him pills at the young age of at the young age of 4. That is there to limit his quirk not to get not out of hand. Deku and Shodoroki were sent to a special school to prepare them for future heroship. Even though Deku was not Endeavor's child, Deku grew on Endeavor just like Shoto Todoroki because he believed that Deku was his own now. He basically took care of him for all of Deku's life. He sees Deku as a prodigy that would one day overthrow All Might and follow shortly behind of Todo Todoroki. He believes that they could become partners and be the number 1 and number 2 heroes together and coexist. When Deku and Shoto went to school, they were very popular. Deku being very seductive, even though he didn't have his quirk. He was loved by both guys and girls. He was loved by everybody. If there was a scratch on Deku that day, everyone knew what happened and everyone would carry gifts and presents to Deku. The only person who Deku doesn't really allow to carry him gifts is Shoto Todoroki because he sees Shoto as a brother, as a sibling, as someone to love and care for. One day, Deku suggested something to Shoto. He told him, why not walk home together? I'm tired of taking the limos, the cars, and all the drives. So Shoto and Deku then snuck over the fence without basically escaping the sight from everyone. Everyone was looking for them. A state of emergency basically fell the city. The beloved Deku, the beloved Sky Baby, went missing for 15 minutes. Everyone went crazy. Hero, villains, everybody, especially All for One. He was like basically saying, I need to find this child. Since I saw him 6 years ago, I was mesmerized. I need him. Whatever quirk he has, I need it. Everyone were looking. Down to the 6-year-old babies were looking for Deku and Shoto Todoroki. Meanwhile, Shoto and Deku were home playing games while no one was home. So basically, they were just in their room with the electricity and their Xbox. A day later, everyone were looking for them nonstop. Endeavor finally came home and saw them and rang the alarm that they were found. All for One immediately stopped his goon from working. He now knows where this child is. So, in the future, as I said, you'll see conflict between All for One, Endeavor, and hopefully All Might if I don't kill him off. Basically, Deku and Shoto basically lived their normal life until one fateful day. All for One basically knew the school they were going, so he sent Shigaraki to go and collect them. Shigaraki turned the fence into ash as he walked in. He saw police and heroes. He killed them without hesitation. Then he saw He was looking for Deku. He was saying to himself the whole time, why does he even want this kid? I don't see what is so special. Why? This kid can't be so beautiful. As he walked through the door, seeing Deku, he then said, oh shit! He is just like the legends. They were talking true. I see what this kid has now. Immediately, the alarm was already sound. Basically, when the police weren't responding and the heroes were no longer testing back to the other heroes. The first two heroes to arrive were All Might and Endeavor. As Shoto, no, as Shigaraki was about to step through the portal, All Might and Endeavor arrived in front of him, saying, stop right there and don't move. If you want part 2, I would like 5 likes. I'm not killing you guys, okay? Just give me 5 likes and I'll do part 2. And this was an amazing video to do. I hope it was an amazing video for you to listen to. Please leave a comment below. If you want to join my Discord server, just comment on Mr. Sentry Discord server below and I'll give it to you.